What's going on, guys? It's Caleb, and today we have a black Buick LaCrosse in the shop that is in desperate need of attention. The owner of this car recently just got a bunch of engine work done, as well as some odds and ends tightened up here and there, in hopes of making this her new daily driver. And although Buick LaCrosses are really nice daily drivers and kind of classy, it was in desperate need of revival, and that's where we come in. And because I'm involved in this, now you're involved in this, so go ahead and sit back, relax. This is going to be a very enjoyable one. As you saw, we're starting things out with Adam's iron remover to decon the wheels, and then following up with some P&S brake buster and some assorted brushes to get everything nice and cleaned up. I hope you guys enjoy it. Right here you can see I kind of switched up the wheel brush. I went from the easy detail brush to some random Amazon one that a buddy had brought to the shop. Reason being is because the random Amazon one had much stiffer bristles than the easy detail brush, and with these wheels in particular, it really helped out a lot with the cleaning power. Now, because this car had a lot of engine work done to it, I want to make sure the engine bay is nice and clean, not just for the owner, but whenever anyone in the future is to do service on this, they can pop open the engine bay, see that it's nice and clean, and it's a lot less stressful to work on. Most cars nowadays are pretty much weather sealed, not perfectly, so you want to be careful. I always cover the alternator as well as the intake just to make sure water can't get into anywhere that might cause a problem. But if it's older than, let's say, 2010, I would be even a little more cautious and don't be afraid to use a plastic bag. Now it's time to dive into the exterior of this thing using my foam can, and I have some Meguiar's D101. I think it's diluted about 10 to 1 or so, and just add your regular amount of car soap you would normally add to a foam can and some water on top. And what this is going to do is allow foam to sit on the car like normal, but that D101 all-purpose cleaner is going to be infused with that foam and just kind of eat away at the grime and whatnot that's sitting on the paint, especially if there's any kind of wax or sealant left over. This really helps to kind of decay that away. So that way, whenever we're nice, dried, and clean up, we can apply a fresh layer of sealant, wax, or coating. As for giving this thing a hand wash, I have to say these plush red, I think it's 650 GSM microfiber towels, have just been so enjoyable to wash your car with. My guess is just because of how plush it is and how foamy you can get the soap and the lubrication from the soap and how the towel works. I'm not really sure why. I've just really enjoyed it a lot more than any of my fancy, expensive microfiber wash mitts or what have you. I almost feel like this is a more gentle alternative too. Just from the thought of the soap being inside the towel and very foamy, being able to engulf all of that dirt and grime, kind of seems like it would just glide over the paint a little safer. Because of the color of the car, you can't really see the purple, but you can kind of see the drizzles of what is purple, even though it's not so visible. Since we already did a chemical decontamination, I figured we got some extra time, why not do a deep contamination with a clay bar? I'm using the wash mitt as lubrication since there was still a lot of soap left on the bucket to make that happen. And if you're not intending on polishing a car after clay barring, just make sure you have a lot, and I mean a lot of lubrication on that paint so that way you're not going to mar it up. Or as Larry from Ammo NYC would say, love marks. So the Buick is now clean, but there is a Golf R, just like mine, inside the shop. So I'm not going to be able to pull this in because this thing is broken. Currently replacing the fuel injectors because cylinder 3 got really messed up and we had to limp it back from St. Augustine. But for now, this Buick is going to stay out here and get finished up on the interior. Honestly, the interior on this thing was not that bad. It just needed everything that you would expect from a thorough deep clean, which is some cleaning of the hardscapes, blowing and vacuuming the carpets, treating the leather, that sort of thing. And 99% of the time, I do not depend on really hardcore heavy degreasers, and if you have to, don't worry, it's not a big deal, just dilute it 10 to 1, but I personally use Express Interior Cleaner from P&S. Very solid, tried and true, and safe product to use. And plus, it smells good. Whoa, oh, hey, Caleb from the editing room here. Just wanted you guys to know, whenever we go through the interior footage, a lot of it is time-lapse because that is the only way to make it satisfying. I think, to be fair, interior cleaning should be satisfying. So, hope you guys don't mind me speeding it up. The reason I stopped speeding videos up is because of your guys' comments, but interiors, I think it's a little bit different here. Let's get back to the video. I swear, it's worth it. So the technique I'm using here is just the idea of blowing the entire interior so that way it loosens up all the dirt. So whenever I come through with a vacuum, kind of just soup everything all up and there's nothing locked in anywhere or trapped. The Tornado is perfect for this, especially where carpet is concerned. It just demolishes dirt and carpet. I love it so much. I will say, I think it is smart though to be careful whenever you're dealing with leather or seats and blowing this. If it looks like it's a weak seat stitching, probably don't blow this in there. It's a pretty strong blow? Is that the word? So now that you've gotten to see a couple of the tools I'm using to clean this interior, I figured I'd just go over them real quick. This right here is a dental pick. It really helps to get into the crevices that you really can't get into with anything else because gunk gets in there like from your fingers. I'm also using a few detail factory brushes, like some small ones and some big ones. They're all boar's hair detail brushes. Just some make the job easier than others in certain places. And then I'm using a little green oral swab that has a foam tip on it. I really like using these for the air vents. Now you can get the little air vent, little cotton tipped thingies. I forget what they're called, but they work pretty good too. I just like these foam oral swab things because they have a little bit more of grit to it. Makes it a little better for scrubbing. So let's go ahead and go over what I use for leather cleaning. I like to use a softer boar's hair detail brush, which is this right here, Stoner Car Care's leather cleaner, and then a microfiber towel. Now the way I do this, I like to make this nice and wet and then scrub down the seat with the leather cleaner and then wipe it away really, really well with a wet, damp microfibers. And I do have a bucket right here. As you can see, the bucket is clear, so we'll go ahead and see what it looks like afterwards. Dirty water. I've had to change microphones real quick, so bear with me. After putting on the P&S leather conditioner, we went ahead and moved to getting the windows nice and clean, and then putting on some of this ceramic spray wax from Sam's Premium Car Detailing Products, I think it is. I've used it before and linked in the description. It's the gentleman that works with Cletus McFarlane. He has some awesome detailing products that my brother actually got for me for Christmas to try out, and the ceramic spray wax I have absolutely fallen in love with. And just to wrap everything up, we're going to go ahead and put some tire dressing on the tire, but before I do that, I noticed that they were all low, and I said it earlier in the video that we would attend to it later, and this is that point. We're going to go ahead and just fill up the tires up to what the factory spec is for the tire. I don't remember what it is, so please, I don't know. And yeah, other than that, we're pretty much done with this thing. As I said in the very beginning of this video as well, this thing just needed a really solid deep clean, and after we got the leather seats attended to and vacuumed the carpets, put some ceramic spray wax on the paint after it's been cleaned, this thing was ready for the road without a doubt, and the owner was really happy with it. I was really happy with it. All in all, just a good way to end this detail. So if you guys enjoyed it, please show me by leaving a like, and if you like car content in general, just go ahead and press subscribe and ring that bell to know every single time I upload. I was a day late with this upload, and I apologize for that. I was at Obsessed Garage Open House over the weekend, getting a lot of footage for you guys, and here's some sneak peeks here of a car I saw that I just loved. Anyways guys, I will see you all next week with a video of us going to Obsessed Garage Open House, so stick around for that, and I'll see you then. See ya.